Well, we'll see. It depends on Austin. When he gets back, he's a pretty good player. He kind of earned the Spurs, so we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, and might leave him there. It certainly creates a lot more versatility for us, but and we're very pleased with what's happening inside. With the play of those guys, especially with Huggins coming on. He had 2 big sacks the other night. He's finally getting tired of standing on the sideline. He's starting to develop into what he can be because he's very, very talented. But he's starting to get a little more serious about being a great player, a great technician at that position, and not just being a big athletic guy, but being a technician. So we got some options. We'll see.
Once Austin returns, if you're healthy and effective both inside and outside, would you prefer to just have? I know you and Brent talked about the versatility of Christian being able to play both. Would you just like to have him be at one spot, or you just take it week by week?
I just like the fact that we've got that versatility. Just like we have at receiver. We were able to take. Hey, Renfro's out. We're able to take Artavis. You move in, play the 5-man. Ray's playing the 2-man. Let's play. And it's good when you have that type of versatility. You might have a D tackle that rolls an ankle or something, and we need to move him back in there. It just depends. I think Richard Jurgen's getting better. Register's playing well. They're all getting better. It's nice when you got a guy like that you can plug in where you need him. But if he's still the best defensive end, then that's where he'll stay. But that's kind of up to those other guys, and we'll see once Austin is back in the flow of things how it plays out.
Coach, the ball distribution to the wide receiver group was probably the best it's been all season this past game. Can you talk about that, and also the emergence of Deon Cain Saturday, and what brought that on?
Really nothing has changed other than the fact that we're catching the ball a lot better. Again, we wouldn't even be having these discussions that we had the first few weeks if we had caught the ball. We didn't have 8 drops last year until 5 games into the season, and 4 of them were in the Notre Dame game. And now we've had 17 drops, counting one Saturday, in 5 games. And so, and 12 of them were in the first 2 games. So that really disrupted the rhythm, and a lot of touchdowns. I think we've had 6 touchdowns dropped. So those are things that magnify, your issues. But biggest thing is just, grinding, going back to work, regaining his confidence in practice, making the plays in practice. And he's been kind of trending. He had the one play at Georgia Tech, he should have had there in the end zone on the little comeback in the end zone. We were disappointed in that, but he's just been working hard, and it's just that simple. It's just a matter of time for him. He's too talented of a player, and so we've worked really, really hard to try to create the confidence in practice, and it's good to see him. And sometimes that's all you need is just that one play, just that one play. And same thing with Travion Thompson. He's kind of gotten his confidence back. He struggled the first game. Lost his confidence a little bit. Now you see him make that play the other night. I think it was second. We're fixing to be 3rd and 10. That was as big a play as there was in the game, on that game-winning drive. Diving catch, low ball. Really the same play he didn't make against Auburn. Over on the sideline on a 3rd down, we end up having to punt. Should have made that play. Bail your quarterback out. The quarterback's scrambling. He's fighting for you. You got to bail your quarterback out right there and make a play. And now he's kind of hitting his stride. And so sometimes it just takes making a play here or there, and I think that's kind of the case with Deon. He's just made a couple plays, and next thing you know, your confidence is back where it needs to be, and you start playing fast again. And he's a weapon. He's a great player, and he's a guy we're going to need to make those type of plays the rest of the year. All those guys, as we get in the flow of the offense and they're playing with the type of rhythm that we like to play with, they're all going to touch the ball. Same thing with Leggett. Y'all are asking me what happened to Leggett. Well, the first couple of games, we targeted him, just didn't work out that way. And when you play without the ball, and there's a lot that has to go right for you to get the ball. The protection, the right read, the right coverage, the right type of throw. You know, there's a lot. So when you do get that opportunity, man, you got to take pride, and you got to finish those plays. You know, Leggett missed on a couple. We missed him on a couple. The protection wasn't right, whatever. But same thing. He's too good a player. Sooner or later, he's going to get in the flow and rhythm of things. And I didn't mention it the other night, but he that touchdown, that game-winning touchdown, was not only the game-winning touchdown. It was the record setter for tight ends here. You know, he's now the all-time touchdown leader for tight ends at Clemson, and really proud of Jordan.
Speaking
what
of,
is it about Boston College program that over the last 7, 8, 9 years has allowed them to give teams like Clemson and Florida State just absolute fits, despite sometimes their record not being all that great? They just seem to have that characteristic that just sort of gives people trouble.
I said, but did they beat Southern Cal when they number one?
They weren't one, but they.
Somewhere
top 10.
top 10. Okay, yeah. You know, they're well coached and they're fundamentally sound. Just that simple. I mean, they're going to be where they're supposed to be. You have to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. That's something that's not a characteristic that you'll see very often from a Boston College team. They're going to be very disciplined. They're going to always play with great effort and toughness, and those are attributes that if you got on a football team and you know what you're doing, you always got a chance. And you know, that's what you get with BC. I mean, just a tough, hard-nosed, blue-collar bunch that, again, is going to do their job. They take pride in their job. They know what they're doing. And, you know, if that backer's supposed to be here in the curl flat, he's going to be there. He's going to be there. You know, they just, you have to out-execute them. And you got to be able to match up, you know, physically. And sometimes there's teams that don't do that, and they'll make you pay.
I get asked 10 times a week that Clemson celebrated locker room videos last year. Everybody got used to seeing the dancing. I assume you're still celebrating, but was that a conscious decision maybe to make a move away from showing some of that post-game stuff?
Oh yeah, they got plenty of that video. You know, our people got it in there, but yeah, we have all kind of fun. We've been dancing every week. We have a blast. But you know, we hadn't released any of that stuff.
going back to defensive linemen and how well Dexter Lawrence is playing as a true freshman, what is he giving you on defensive line? Where do you see him in the future? Just elaborate on how good he's been and what he's done for
He gives us enormous size and athleticism. He's just a massive human being, and he can move and bend, and he's just it's just mind-boggling. He's a true freshman, so it gives us a very bright future at that position. Having a young guy like that, he's as good as I've ever been around at that position.
How pleased are you with where Cleveland Farrell's at in his development? So far
Really
this season?
pleased, really pleased. You know, great competitor. It's just like the other night. I mean, I think that last drive, I think when we got I think it was the 3 and out. You know, here's this freshman, and he's out there, and I mean, he was just in everybody's face. I mean, he was just like, we got to get a stop, and I love seeing that emotion because he's a really quiet guy off the field. He just kind of, you know, didn't say a whole lot. And it was just awesome seeing that energy and emotion from him. But he plays loud. He's a very smart player, and same thing. He's got a very bright future, incredibly bright. Marion's done a great job with him, but he's because he's just going to get better, more confident, more knowledgeable, and the game's going to slow down for him, and that bodes well for us at that position.
Coach, defense played like 99 snaps on Saturday. Has to be a record for the team. Talk about the strength and conditioning program and how that team, the defensive side of the ball, is able to stay in there that long and play all those snaps.
Well, I mean, that's how we're built. It's through what Joey Batson and those guys do down there in that weight room. There's no question about it. I told them that before the game. I said, we're Clemson tough, man. You know, we're built right there in that weight room. We're built out here running up these hills, out on that practice field. You win when the stands are empty. That's when this team is built. You don't just show up and say, all right, everybody fired up, let's go play. No. That game's won long before game day. And Coach B and the staff, I mean, they just Greenlee and Smo and Hogan, Paul Harrington, those guys do a great job. Nobody's better. I mean, our players love them, and that's one thing I can say. We've lost some games over the years, but we've won a bunch of them too, and you know, against some really good people, and nobody has pushed us around. And I think that's a mentality that's developed in your off season, and you know, how you practice. So we practice tough, we play tough, but our strength staff and nutrition staff and all of them do a phenomenal job. We had 105 gradable plays on defense. You know, some of those plays don't count to the public, but they count to us. We played it down, even though there was a penalty, we still played it down, somebody getting hit. So I've never been a part of that, and they played with all they had all the way to the end, all the way to the 99th play. And that's what it came down to when we made the play.